All right. I'm here with Les Durrant.
Hey, how's
Les,
it going?
yes. And Les, tell us about yourself. Tell everyone, the listeners, where you're from,
Sure.
kind of what brought you into studying UFOs.
Yeah, so I live in Mineral Bluff, Georgia, and we are on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. So we're way up north, Georgia, up in the mountains. We're about 1,900 feet up here, and then we live on a mountain ourselves, and there's a lot of Airbnb rentals, cabins, that kind of thing up here. So people will come up here for the weekend, and but also the people that have lived up here, built these cabins, and so they rent them out to, as renters, and that's what we're doing. And so we came down here to help take care of my mom and dad, and they're elderly right now, but they're doing good. Now, as far as getting into finding UFOs, it was basically an accident. I started off as a ghost hunter, and I'm still a ghost hunter. We came down here to a house that was supposedly haunted, and we discovered orbs, we discovered EVPs, all of that stuff. So I was thinking, hey, how cool would it be to maybe just aim my phone up to the sky just to see what I could catch? I didn't have UFOs in mind. I was just hoping to maybe catch some really cool looking clouds, and that's something that I was able to do. Then I was watching the video and I noticed some planes going by. And I was living in Searcy, Arkansas. And at the time, they're doing these patterns every day. They'll fly up to Searcy, it's about 45 miles away, and you'll see about three or four of them. And they'll just kind of fly in a pattern and go to Little Rock Air Force Base.
What
Sort
kind
of
of
like
planes are you talking
there were
about?
C-130s,
Okay.
C-130s. Yeah. And I was familiar with them because that's what my dad flew in. And he he told me about some stuff that went on with him too. But I was watching it and noticed that there was these little things that were following them. And if you like, I can actually show you that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see that? Okay, cool. All right, so let me go ahead and pull that up. I've got quite a few videos actually, and the thing about this video is this is my very first video, like I said, and this is my first unknown from MUFON as well. So they had classified this as an unknown. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and then I'm going to share the screen here.
Okay.
And let's just do this here, just like that. Okay. All right. And here we go. All right, good deal. Okay, so let me share the screen here with you and do that. All right. Are you, can you enable it for me, or is that possible?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I think you have to. Well, let me try to remember how you may have to send the request. Dun, dun. Okay. I don't know exactly how. Oh, here we go. This might do it.
If you need to pause or redo the or restart the recording, we can do that too.
Oh,
Whatever you
it's
want.
multiple. Try that one
Okay,
out.
I got it. Yeah,
All right.
that'll work.
There we go.
Right
Look
on.
at that. I'm an adult. I'm going
There you
to
go.
go ahead
Okay.
and make your screen bigger on here.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Trying to find the right one. Okay, so let's do action screen video. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let's try this. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay. I'm gonna pause this. Sorry about that. This is kind of new for me here. I
Oh, you're
apologize.
good. You're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, show all windows. Ah, okay. This is a learning experience. Okay, so you can see me, right?
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay, great.
Let
Okay,
me hold on 1 second before you play it. I want to make sure that the video occupies the whole screen over here. So I'm making some adjustments.
that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my references first,
Okay.
so you can kind of get an idea, and just let me know whenever you're ready.
All right. And all right. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, great. So right here, you can see the sun.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is a flare from the camera. So that's what we would call an artifact, something that shouldn't be there. This right here is a bird. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to zoom in. Now I use a program called SM Player. It's free software. I'm not trying to sell anything or anything like that. But this is just the one that works for me the best. Okay. So you can see this bird right here, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks
Now
like a magpie or something.
yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to me originally setting this up, which is right here. Okay. So you're going to see the sun. You're going to see pretty much everything where all that is. But this is me looking down at the camera. Now remember, I didn't didn't do this before, so I wasn't really exactly sure. So now here's a fun part about this is that so you can kind of see where the sun is. So you
Mm-hmm.
can tell that, and you can also see this flare right about here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Now, is
here's
that
what.
just a kind of a refraction on the lens from the sun?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Okay. Now you can see it right here in my glasses. Now we're talking 1 minute and 23 seconds into this video. Is my first recording of an object. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just do this really slow.
Now, do you
And
just have your camera like laying down on the ground looking up?
actually, I have it on a little stand, and it's got Velcro on the back.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you see this little thing right here?
Yeah, like that halo ring, or is there something
Now, actually,
else?
let me zoom in a little bit for you.
Oh, right there, that little white dot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you can tell it even has some kind of a form, right? Almost like I don't know, like some kind of a bulbous form. Let's see how big I can make this right here.
Okay.
And this isn't really even this isn't really the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. Um, let me see. I might have even yeah, there we go. Okay, that's me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me go wide here. Now the good thing about SM Player is it will allow you to create your bookmarks. So now I'm gonna forward this up here. Let's go that boom, 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 boom.
So it's just shooting across the sky.
Right. And here's the nutty thing is that it stops and it comes up here and stays for a little bit. Now let me go in with here. Okay, there we go. Because I know where it's at on this one. Right here. Now, if you go to my YouTube page, you'll be able to watch this video the same way that I'm presenting it, and you can even download it as well. Now, see, it's still there,
Mm-hmm.
and then see, it almost looks like a bug, but see, now it's gone. I mean, it just disappeared, but see, the flare is still here, which is peculiar. Okay. Now let's get to the good stuff. I'm gonna take you all the way down here to the very first plane. Okay. So remember, this is the C-130s, and
Mm-hmm.
these are from Little Rock Air Force Base. They are there's five of them, but in this video there's only two. Now here's something I noticed. There's another one of those little things. Okay, so we're just going to put that in the back of our folder. We'll just keep that right there. Now, I will tell you that this is my first unknown from MUFON. So they verified this as an unknown that they didn't know what it was. Now I'm going to make it go really slow. Now, think about this, if you could see the actual lettering of the plane, then that bug's got to be pretty big, right? If
Mm-hmm.
it was a bug. Okay, so let's zoom in. Okay. All right. So here's the lettering. You can see the stripes. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Now I'm going to move it forward. Okay. Let's do this. Move it forward just a little bit like that. Okay. And I'm just moving a little at a time because I know what's coming up. Okay. And right there. I've almost got that memorized now. Okay. So that goes down here like this. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom in. Let's take a look. Okay. Now see how that has some kind of strange form to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It kind of has,
It
it
looks
looks
like
like
somebody
there's
just
three
flipping you off, maybe.
parts. Like there's
Right.
three parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
A bigger one on the bottom right, a more distinct one on the
Yes.
top, and then like a lighter one on the bottom left.
Yes. And I tell people that whenever you keep your files, go through them over and over and over again, because you will continue to find new stuff. Now, remember, this is the flare, so we already know that has nothing, that's not affecting in any way. Now, here's something I recently discovered. When this is going over here, let's see if I can find it. Oh, wait. Oh, see now. Okay, remember what we were just talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just talking about this. There's something. I tell people that I'm looking for gamers, people who can see stuff out of their eyes. Like, hey, what was that? I'm looking for stoners, people who can just like zone in, keep their eyes on the screen, and say, hey, I just saw something move.
Mm-hmm.
And so my goal and my job is to teach people how to record these and to load them into their computer. Okay. Now here is right there. Bam. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was like a little flare at the back of it.
Right. Okay, so there's that. Boom. Oh, actually that was a second ahead. Now, whenever I'm going a frame at a time, I'm using the greater than or less than on the SM player. Okay, right here. See how it starts up here,
Mm-hmm.
goes down here, goes there, goes right there, ends up right here. Here's the particular thing that I just recently noticed is that this last thing looks like a triangle. Um, okay. Oh, I kind of did that too much. Apologize for that. Let's pull this out here just a little bit. And all right, right here. I don't know if it's kind of small, maybe to be seen online, but um, what I do is, well, here's what I'm going to do. Well, actually, I'll just tell you. I've done a screenshot of this and I put it into IR Fan View, which is another software, and then blew that up even bigger. And I was able to see that there's actually a form a line that starts right here, here, and here. Um, so that's this video. Now, I did turn this video into the Little Rock Air Force Base, and they were pretty happy about it. Now, okay, we're going to go to this next object. This is actually, let's see, right about here. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll pull this out right here. Okay. Okay. All right. There's that plane right there. Okay. Now, after this is that, see, that's 29. Okay. All right. So that's the first plane. Yeah. No, that's the second plane. Sorry. All right. Yeah, that's the second plane. This thing comes out once again. There's a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. Now I'm not exactly sure what those are,
Yeah, those
but
streaks.
yeah. Okay. Now this is the thing that gets me right about here. Okay. This. Okay. This just drops out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look at this. This one's actually one of my favorite ones because okay, I'm going to say this in a weird way. It's because it's playful. I guess that's what it is. Um,
It's
you
kind of
know,
doing a loop-de-loop thing. It's going around
yeah,
in circles.
right, exactly. And see how bulbous it is right here? Okay. Now watch this. It flies around. Okay. I'm just going to let it play. This is regular speed. That's regular speed. Now I'm going to stop it. Boom, stop. Oh, now that's kind of weird. Okay. Um, this doesn't even look like anything. See, every time I stop it, it looks weird. I don't know. But here's the fun thing is that you can download this video right now. I could give you a link to it. You can load it into your computer and see what you can find. Okay. That's what it looks like. That's very peculiar. So this thing just kind of moves around. Now, is it a bug? Well, let's take a look. Oh, wow. What was that? Oh, wow. Okay. As I was rewinding that back, there was a bunch of them. Oh, look at that. Oh, what's up
Yeah,
with that?
like
What's up
splits.
with that? Remember how I told you that you can go back and look at your stuff and still find it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. And what do you think about it, sir?
I haven't a clue. I'm zoom in a little more on it right there when it's
All right.
first splitting.
Yeah, of course. Okay. That's the fun part about this is that you can do it this way. Now I'm gonna go back a little bit.
And then they
See,
all three split apart.
this is forward. Yeah, yeah. And see how high it is, how high up it is too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so there's that, there's that. Now if you look about my book, can you see my bookmarks?
I can.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't read them, but I can see
Yeah.
that you're
So
on them.
there are tons and tons, but that's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the screen share because I'm gonna show you my latest one. Of course, and I just saw this on TV last night too. A black triangle, and I think you're gonna like this. Let me see. Let me show you the pictures first. Yeah. So I recently got a new phone. I got a Samsung S22. I love it. I think it's awesome. There we go. All right. Let me let me just share this IR fan view with you. Okay, there's that and more. Oh, yeah, it's advanced. Okay. Basic. Oh, I pull that up. Okay. And here we go. There it is. Share. What do you think about that?
Oh, so yeah, the triangle ships, like what they saw down in where was it? Phoenix in
Mm-hmm.
what was it, 96, 97, somewhere in there, maybe even earlier.
Yeah.
The Phoenix
Yeah.
lights. Yeah, that's in it now.
See, and this is and I saw this on TV last night on a UFO show. I mean, yeah, I mean, I live and breathe UFOs, but this was just over my head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just now I'm gonna attempt to play the video. It sometimes it gets kind of laggy, But
Okay.
but let's see what happens. Let me stop this screen share for just a second, and I'm going to pull up this, and I'm going to show you as it happened. The There are no planes out there. I did a flight, what they call a flight 24 um, research, where I looked at that just to see if there was any planes in the area. There were no planes.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, this right here, this video, you can also view this on my Objects and Orbs YouTube page too. You'll be able to see the exact same thing. All right. And let's see. Okay, I'm just going to kind of preview this here, get this up here. Okay. Because I don't want to try bringing it online, and there we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So now let me go ahead and share this with you, and we can. It was very weird because there is generally no flights that go over my area. Um, they go over even my head. Okay, here we go. Oh, excellent. All right. See, look at that. That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull this over here. After it was after it was green and all of that. Yeah, see? Okay. Oh, I like that. I really like that pink. Okay. To me, it looks like it's looking around. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me go back over here and place some more of this over here like that. Okay. Um, yeah. It was just very, very weird. Okay. All right. I apologize for this. This is I wish I could just kind of scroll through it a little bit. There we go. Okay. So you can do the same thing. Now, not every cell phone will do night vision color,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not trying to sell SM or Samsung S22, but I will tell you this, it's already paid off. Um, okay, okay, come on. There we go. So what do you think about that?
I don't know that. Yeah. Where was you? Was this your recording done at night?
Yes, this
Okay.
is at my yeah, this is my house. This is just
That
like right yeah, this is right above where I live. Um,
that brings up a lot of kind of big questions.
yes. Yeah, like what do you think? So give me some of your questions, and I will try to give you my answers.
Well, okay, I have quite a few questions.
Yes, go ahead. Because I've the reason why is because I've got I'm going to try to provide the evidence back to your questions.
Okay, I just most of my questions are like if UFOs are or let's say they're actually UFO. I mean, you've heard of Project Bluebeam. That it would be labeled as a conspiracy theory right now,
I've heard of Blue Beam.
where
It has lasers.
they use lasers that intersect
Mhm,
and cause plasma, and this plasma they can adjust it, move it around,
mhm.
and the theory behind it, the guy who came up with it, a Canadian reporter, I forget his name off the top of my head, but he was saying they were going to kind of use it to do a performative second Messiah showing up to
Hmm.
get a world leader in form of a Messiah speaking as a god from the clouds to usher everyone into I don't know, new world order or whatever.
Right.
And I've read and seen some stuff that blue beam technology may be possible.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I have no, firsthand knowledge of it. And let's face it,
Right.
I'm not smart enough to understand it anyway. I know what plasma is. I know,
No, that
yeah,
uh, actually, I wouldn't say you can't say that you're not smart enough because just recently, since a little after Christmas, I have become enlightened with quantum physics.
yeah.
And I never took quantum physics. I never took physics. I never really took um, none of that stuff in school. But I watched this show, and it's called. Uh, it was about quantum physics. It'll blow your mind. And I've also been studying Tesla and Tesla's numerology. And and how I got into this was I'd reached out to different people, and I'd met somebody who was actually an abductee, and he called me from Canada, and he even called me on my home phone, which is interesting, because up here we don't get good reception. But we talked for about 2 hours, and he told me about dimensions
Mm-hmm.
and also about religious things. So he also told me about numerology and about these different frequencies. But let's go back to the dimensions, because since I think you're kind of talking about that object blue beam, right? So he mentioned the Fatima and seeing the Mother Mary. This was
Mm-hmm.
down in Brazil, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
So I
where
asked,
the three sisters saw, what was it? Three sisters saw Mary when she was
right
kind of imposing the message that the Catholic Church is going in a bad direction. And
now, what did you just tell me? What did you just ask me? You asked me a question, right?
yeah,
What was your question about?
well,
A
I
new, a
mean,
new world order, right?
yeah, well, I guess my big question is, especially in lieu of recent events, like I
Right.
understand
Yes.
that, you know, China had the balloon come over us. So NORAD
Mhm.
now all of a sudden the next day and the day after that and the day after that keep spotting these balloons and shooting them down. I think NORAD, just because of that, because it made it into the heartland before they even knew it was there,
Right.
turned their radars up or on, or
Hmm.
forgot that Bob had tripped over the cord in 84 and finally plugged it back in. Whatever they did,
Sure.
now they're seeing all these UFOs as well, even though they may not be extraterrestrial or extra dimensional. Or there's a report
Right.
coming out that one of them was a hobbyist club,
Yeah.
and they're like pressing charges against NORAD for shooting down their stuff. But that being said, the question is you've been capturing these things, and now NORAD is starting to see all sorts of other stuff. Do you think that it's do you think that it's extra dimensional, or
Yes.
or maybe interplanetary, or what are your thoughts? Are you with
Yeah.
Jacques Vallée, thinking that the aliens are extra dimensional beings, or do
Yes.
you think they're
Oh, definitely.
interstellar?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Extra dimensional. In fact, I have proof I can show you. So when I was talking to, and I'm gonna remind me, I'm gonna show this to you before I get off because I'm a little ADHD, but I'm gonna show you a portal above my house. Um, I asked this guy last night actually, and I said, "Do you know anything about quantum?" He said, "Yeah." He said he knows that one thing that you can fold space and then put just like with a piece of paper. If you take a piece of paper and you put a pin through it, then all you
Hmm.
got to then you just go right through and you're on the other side.
Yeah, that's the wormhole theory.
Yes, which is sort of the same thing because in a way it's a different dimension. Now I'm gonna quickly go back to Fatima real quick and ask my friend. I said, how does religion fit into all of this? And they said there's multi levels. And for our friends in Utah, we know exactly what that is,
Well,
right?
yeah. If you're LDS,
Mm-hmm.
there's three levels of the afterlife: the celestial, telestial, and terrestrial,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember.
Now that would be dimensions. It could be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's kind of the way I look at it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to object flies in and disappears. Okay. All right. Just one moment. Okay. I'm going to show you a portal right above this one. This is my favorite too. Okay.
All right,
All
let me
right.
get your screen blown up again.
Yeah. All right. And one moment. Let me share. Okay. And that way you can see it. Okay. It's going to be right here. Okay. All right. If you were to walk outside my house right now, you'd be looking east.
Okay.
And all right. So this is from October of 22 here in Mineral Bluff, Georgia. Okay. So let me pull this up here. Now this is another good reason to have let me put this down here. Play. All right. Yeah. Right here. All right. See that little guy?
Are you talking the white dot on there that looks like on the right hand side of it there's a cut or a shadow?
No. Okay. So remember, let's go back to the C-130. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the lens flare.
Okay, that's the lens flare.
So we'll just pretend that that's not even there. Okay, now I'm gonna make this bigger and I'm gonna kind of point this out to you so you can see it a little bit better online. Okay, so I'm using E to zoom in, and then I'm using Alt and then the arrow. And there we go. Okay, so we see that object right there, right?
All right, one
Now,
second. I'm blowing up the screen on this side more as we go. Okay, right there. I do.
okay,
I see that.
okay. Okay, so I'm just moving it kind of with my finger. Okay, I'm gonna scoot it over.
Okay, it's moving from right to left.
Correct.
It's
Okay, now
a white orb.
right, you do see the flare, and actually here's a tree. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna give it a little bit more space, and I'm gonna let it play and watch this. Gone. You know where it went?
And then
You
it
know where it
just
went?
it disappears somewhere underneath that lens flare.
It went into the wormhole. Yes. So let's bring it out of the wormhole and back in. Whoop. Just like that. Just like that. Yep. And
Hmm.
I've got a good few of these. This area above my house right here is very um is very active. Now, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put that into perspective again, make this just really quick, and I'm going to go down here like this, and let's pull this up right here. All right, and we're going to go way over here. Way. Okay, there's the top of the trees right there, and there's a plane with a contrail.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna rewind this back a good little ways and see if our friend. Oh, there's our friend,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, right here. So you can tell that it's not coming off the tree.
What do you think they're doing? What if they're
Yeah,
extra dimensional, what do you think they're
you
do
know what
you
they're doing? One thing that let me go ahead and stop the share here. One thing that I think is, and I don't ever really like to speculate, but I'm not going to say, oh, they're from China or they're from no, I'm not, and none of that. Um, they're here to check on us, to make sure that we don't tear up this planet. I had an abductee tell me that last night. He said, we're here because we want to let you know that you're messing up your planet. Otherwise, they're using this as a highway, as a freeway. It just so happens that in this area, that if you're driving down the freeway and you need to get off the interstate, you just go through the little hole and that will take you into, 2055 or something, or it'll take you to another, dimension.
Mm.
And that's really kind of what I think that it is. Um, if they were um, uh, if they were malignant towards us, then things would have happened a long time ago. But we know that with Eisenhower, and do you know about the Eisenhower thing?
Where he met
Eisenhower and the aliens?
what's the guy's name? Like a oh heck, I'll remember the name as soon as we're done. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
So this has been going on since then, actually. And so yeah, they're just here to check on us. That's what I think. Now, whenever I go outside, I'm very friendly, just like I do whenever I'm doing my ghost hunting. I show them respect. I'll walk outside. Hey, guys. Well, can't walk outside right now, right this
yeah.
minute, but I go out there. Hey, guys, how y'all doing? I see you up there, and good to see you. And just show them respect, really, because like if you think about how would you like me to come to where you're at, and then you just shoot me because you think I'm bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would
You know,
be. Yeah, that would. Yeah. What are we doing to mess up our planet?
well, oh yeah. Well, we have the wars.
Uh huh.
We have all of the fuel use that really we don't need to be using. We were also talking about this here in Georgia. I mean, literally down the way from where I live. My wife is a carrier. I'm sorry, I've got my lip is kind of itchy.
Well, I want to dig in a little bit on that fuel use because
Right.
right now we have, well, I mean, we do have technology that could replace a lot of the fuels, but of course
We
those are
do.
bad also. Nuclear, but the same
Nuclear.
people who don't want us to use fuel are the same people who don't want us to use nuclear. If we shut off
Exactly.
fuel in 3 months, we lose a third of the world's population.
Right.
So
Exactly.
my question is, if they're coming here with this advanced technology
Hmm.
and like they're using, tier 3 level technology and they're coming here to tell
Hmm.
us you guys are doing it wrong, I would be pissed at them for not stopping and saying, "Hey, look, here's the technology that's going to get you to stop doing it wrong." Whether it's nuclear or whether it's whatever else, but if they're just going to come here and, stare down their noses at us like you know,
Yeah. No. No. Not at all. No. Because it's already been done. It's already been done. Gosh, there's a video that I recently posted. So once again, it was with Eisenhower,
mm-hmm,
and they were it was Bell. It was Bell Labs. They were trying to bounce uh, audio off of a satellite. This is back in the 40s
mm-hmm.
to see if they could make a phone call, and then all of a sudden they get this they said, oh yeah, um, we've just discovered this new science. And also it talked about transistors. Like they went from using these old tapes and stuff to using transistors. Look at our cell phones. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there is no way, right? There's no way if you think about everything that these things do. So we were given that now. So they're come down to check on us to see why aren't we using it, or why aren't we using it in the right way. That's what I think.
Well,
Um,
the simple thing would be going back to Tesla is how
yes,
Westinghouse treated Tesla. If there's
yes,
a technology out there and we're not using it, it's because our
right,
benevolent government has been purchased by someone who's restricting that.
right, exactly. And or there's all the people. I mean, if you think about even the wars that are going on right now, they need all that fuel,
Mm,
right? Because if
yeah.
all that gas was gone, then what would they do? So yeah, you got to think of it even in that
Yeah,
light
I'd hate to
as
see
well.
I'd hate to see Boeing and Raytheon put their energy into making consumer goods and not things that go pop. That'd be awful.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that that's kind of the deal. Yeah. No, we already know. And I was talking to somebody the other day who said, "There's got to be disclosure. There's got to be disclosure." Well, guess what? The other day wasn't the first disclosure. I guarantee you. There was a lot of times where there was a lot of stuff that was out there. That when they released those UFO videos from the USS Nimitz and all of that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that stuff was released a long time ago. They're like, hey, guess what? UFOs are real. And now here's Joe with his forks.
I do think that they release those when it's politically advantageous. I mean, politics has been doing this forever. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
books have been written about it. I'm sure if we went back to ancient Babylonia, uh,
Uh-huh.
you know, Nebuchadnezzar sitting there and he's getting heat for whatever he did. And he said, oh, well, look at this new flower on the garden,
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you'll notice too that they're starting to release more
Hmm.
alien related toys and shows and alien related movies because they don't think we're quite ready for it yet. But I think that we as a civilization now are,
Well,
you
that's a
know,
scary thought because the fad for the
it
last
is
15 years was zombies.
right.
And if they're releasing that because we got to get ready for zombies, I don't want to be around for that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no.
Now, if it's
Um,
a stumbling zombie, I'm okay.
there you go.
If
Yeah,
it's
there
a
you go.
running zombie, I'm gonna. If it's a running zombie, I'm gonna find a an empty pool and I'm gonna practice diving.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. I think that it's going to be more of a peaceful world, or it needs to be more of a peaceful world. But and the thing is that I feel like I'm an abductee magnet. I mean, I get so many that just call me out of the blue, and and then plus since I do radio and all of that, and we do interviews, it makes people easier to talk to us. And I think that that's where that glue is going to come in, and that's where some quantum things can happen as well. If we get to a point to where I can explain something to you pretty easily. If I can explain to something to somebody anywhere about quantum physics, yeah, that makes it easier. And then somebody's telling them how to tell me. So yeah, sorry, and I kind of sorry about rambling, but my meds are kind of kicking in.
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've studied a very little quantum physics. I know there's Higgsons and bosons and they all do something. I don't know. I
Well,
don't
the
know.
good thing. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. The good thing about this one that I'm going to send you a link is that it is all descriptive, and or no, it's applied. It's applied quantum physics. So you don't have to know how or why, how they came to that point. But I can tell you that they use quasars
Mhm.
from different observatories to help kind of prove a point. And then it goes back to Einstein, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I can get you that link. So
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot it my way.
all right,
I there's a good chance I probably still won't understand it. I
that's
am
okay.
an almost trained ape, but I like reading about it. I wonder, like, whenever this UFO stuff pops up for me, as much
Yes,
as, well, I don't know. One part of me would like extraterrestrials visiting Earth to be real. Another
yes,
part of me, who's realistic, is scared to death of it. And the major part of me who has utter trust in our government thinks that this stuff is popping up because the government or a corporation or the media needs more eyes on it, are making a big to-do about something that doesn't matter.
You said eyes on. Here's a weird thing. Now, if you were looking at, let me see, I'm trying to say who. Oh yeah, it was the. I think it wasn't the White House secretary, but it was that guy who was doing the the news or the press thing at the White House.
Kirby?
He said the reason why we are seeing more of these is because we're looking.
Yeah, and that's
We're looking, and that's what I do. I think you were asking me. That would bring me to a good point of like how I could show you how I record the UFOs. Um, Basically, what I do is I take these old cell phones. They don't have any service. I've
mm-hmm,
got I've got Velcro on the back of each one.
mm-hmm,
In fact, I've got Velcro. I went down to the local superstore and got me some of this. And I got the. It's got to be pretty strong. So then what I do is I put my phone on here, turn it on. That's the way we say things down here in Georgia. On. Well, you know that. All right.
mm-hmm,
Okay. All right. Now see now can you see how it's aimed up here like this?
mm-hmm,
All right. Now what I'm gonna do, I've got a little spacer thing that I can put in there so it'll lean. All right. Now I've got a fence post outside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hit the record button and just let it roll. Now I've got a SD card in here, and I can help anybody out who wants to learn how to set it up specifically, but it's not that hard to do. You just go in there and set it for the longest time, and then what I do is I'm going to take my phone, and then I've got a USB cord and hooked up to my computer, and then I would plug that in and then just transfer the videos and then do exactly what I'm doing right now with you by showing you on the SM player. And that's how I record them. But yeah, it's because more and more people are looking up. They're maybe getting away from this all day long, like this all day long. You're not gonna I don't even know if I was doing this, be like, huh?
mm-hmm.
That's why. Nobody looks up. So I tell people, say, you know what, go outside, look up at least for a minute. Just look up and see what you can see. If everybody did it in every time zone, can you imagine?
Mm.
Can you just imagine? You know?
That is an interesting thought, using using old cell phones as
Yes.
just blank recording devices. How many hours a day do you go through video on
Um,
average?
yeah, probably about two.
Okay.
And I'm using, and so I've got three of these phones. I'm not selling any brand names, but they need to be at least this kind of current. Um, I was given an iPhone 5, and I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I actually caught an object on that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was awesome. So, but none of these have service. So I've got probably about six that I can use. Oh yeah, and I've got my security camera that is a Wi-Fi security camera. I have a tripod for that, and then I have a camcorder down here. So yeah, if it's a clear sky day, I've got everything going on. Yeah.
Now, well, okay. Let's close this show out with asking
All right.
the questions that you have to ask. Where do you think they're from? Do you think they're biological like we are, whether carbon based or whatever? Do you think they're biological like a physical being, or do you think they
Yes.
exist on some other plane of, you know,
No, I think that they're biological. They just work on a faster level. Where are they from? Um, I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going to say many are from the moon, the other side of the moon. Some of them are also from Mars. Others, they're Palladian. what they call Palladian.
Mm-hmm.
There are reptilians.
We don't need
And
to bring the president or the British royalty into this show today. I mean,
right, yeah.
it's only noon. We don't want to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, not to freak anybody out, but when I talk like this, yeah, no, and especially here in Georgia, you talk to people about UFOs and Bigfoot. Bigfoot's a whole nother show.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Big, you talk to people around here about UFOs and Bigfoot, it ain't no joke. People like, so yeah, so as far as I'm not exactly sure where they're from, but and they're here. I think that they're here just to check in on us. There's a lot of people who don't believe. I'm very close to somebody, not here locally. I'm very close to somebody who doesn't believe anything. And I said, well, really, what you got to do is you just have to have your own experience. So if you look up 1 minute a day, I guarantee you're going to probably see something.
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna probably see that.
That's a big one. Yeah, maybe you need to donate a phone to them
Yeah,
and then get another person digging through video.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is what I do right now. I've got a friend of mine in Florida who went out and bought a really nice GoPro, and he
Mm-hmm.
broadcasts live, throughout the day, and then he sends me the videos to analyze.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's something I do. I mean, I don't charge for it, not like that.
That's got to be, especially right now with you in recovery. It's
Mhm.
probably keeping your mind active and
It sure
giving you
is.
that motivation. Where if you were just laid in that bed right now, you'd probably
Yeah,
get depressed pretty quick.
exactly. That's the one thing about this science that anybody can do it. You can do it with a laptop. You could be sitting there in bed. When they flew me on the helicopter, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about my leg. I was looking up to the sky because I was looking at the moon just to
Hmm.
see. I was like, hey, I'm in a big old field at night. Hey, and with the helicopter there, who knows? We could have had some visitors,
Mm.
but and people who are also on the edge a little bit, they're not sure whether they completely believe or not. I like to present my findings in a very conversational way, and just as instead of being like, oh, this is it for sure. No, it's nothing like that.
I would
Um,
say that's kind of where I am. I'm kind of
yeah,
it interests me. I enjoy the stories and that. I'm not a believer, not a believer.
yeah.
I'm kind of sitting back for evidence. Yeah, I wonder. Now you said some of them are on the moon. Are they native to the moon? Like, did they evolve on the
No,
moon? Or
no, no. The United States, I think, has a base on the moon. Um, if you look up spacecommand.mil, I mean, there's there is so much stuff that I could show you even off the air that will probably blow your mind but I don't want to eat up this show.
yeah,
But
well,
I've got some
we'll
stuff.
definitely have to have another one down the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know.
I've got some stuff that becomes very high end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to dig into it. Well,
All right.
thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I'll reach out to you again. We'll get you on again. Uh, and of course, if anything new pops up or you get something else, shoot me a message, even if it's
Yeah.
just the video clip and everything else. And I want to thank everyone for joining us again. This is Les Durrant. Is
Yeah.
it Durrant or Duranty?
No, Durant, you got it
Durrant.
right.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you run a YouTube called Objects and Orbs, correct?
Yes, correct.
All
Mhm.
right. And people can go there and check out his videos and everything else.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Like and subscribe.
yeah, like and subscribe. That's
Yeah.
the, hit the thumbs up button and stuff. But
Yeah.
thanks again, Les. And we'll talk to you
You're
real
welcome.
soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye.